customer has a communication server (CS, ERLS) system with a primary security server that has been designated as a deployment server. The application file, NAIL, has been uploaded to the Deployment Manager library. The customer has added an element to the security domain and wants to deploy software applications to the element with respect to deployment services. Which statement is false? Option A. Deployment Manager has logic to prevent applications being deployed on unsupported hardware platforms. Option B. MAS application has its own separate NI file. Option C. IM presence application has its own separate NI file. Option D. MAS can be deployed on the same server as NRS. The correct answer is option A. A customer has successfully installed a Common Processor Media Gateway (CPMG) in a communication server (CSE) system. The MGC20 registered with the core server. What is displayed on the CPMG LED display to confirm successful registration? Option A. The MGC display will read pass. Option B. The MGC display will read load. Option C. The MGC display will read XEOOO. Option D. The MGC display will show superloop and shelf number of MG1000D. The correct answer is option D. A customer is preparing for an evening maintenance window and asks the technician to provide a count of the number of registered IP desktop telephones on the communication server (CSE) co-resident call server. Their system is provisioned with the default Linux-based security hoarding mechanisms, which login procedure allows quick access to the IP desktop telephone information. A. Telnet to Linux-based server, login to Linux-based server, CS login to core server. B. A login to Linux-based server, login to Linux-based server, CS login to core server. Option A. SSH to Linux-based server, login to Linux-based server, CS login to core server. Option B. VPN to Linux-based server, login to Linux-based server, CS login to core server. The correct answer is option C. A technician has just completed the installation of a CE release system for a customer. The user of extension has reported the 30th to make long-distance calls. The system is configured to require the use of basic alternate route selection (BARS). What class of service (CLS) adjustment must be made on extension to allow the system to use the telephone network class of service (NCO). Determine call eligibility. Option A. Change the CLS entry SRE to CUN. Option B. Ensure the CLS entry SRE to FR2. Option C. Ensure the CLS entry SRE to CTD. Option D. Ensure the CLS entry SRE to UNR. The correct answer is option A.